Now let's go on to talking about what we call the highest common factor. Right, so what is the highest common factor? Right, when we talk about the highest common factor, we're talking about the highest number that divides into two or more numbers. So the highest number that divides into two or more numbers is the highest common factor of those numbers. Let's say we've got two numbers, 12 and 15. Factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15 itself. Right, which of the factors of 12 and 15 are common? We have 1 and 1, so 1 is common for both factors of 12 and 15, and I'm saying that we also have 3, which is also a common factor. So I'm just saying these two common factors. So the common factors here, we've got 1 and 3. Which of these common factors is the highest? So the highest of these common factors is the highest common factor, and in our case that will be 3. So that's what we call the highest common factor. Let's look at an example. So this example, we want to find the highest common factor of 60 and 450. Right, so going on to our solution, what we need to do first is to write down the factors of the numbers. Like 60, we know that 60 is 12 times 5, but see, these factors 12 and 5 will not really help us, because what we really need are what we call prime factors of 60. So prime factors of 60 will be having 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. So I've now written the prime factors of 60. So we cover how we can find prime factors in another video, in another course, but in this case, for the purposes of this course, we're just going to be going at it straight away. So that is our prime factors of 60. Factors of 450, you could say that 450 is 18 times 25 or so. But what we're really looking for are prime factors, and with prime factors we're talking about, in this case we have 2 times 3 times 3, that's 18, and 25 is 5 times 5. So these are prime factors of 450. So the prime factors will help us to find our highest common factor, where we are saying for the highest common factor we are taking from the prime factors of 60 and 450, we are taking only the factors that are common. So we take 2, which is common for both, and I'm also seeing that we have got 3, which is common for both, so we also take 3, and also 5 is a common factor, and I'm seeing that there are no more common factors. Right, so we simply simplify this and we get our solution as 30. So 30 is the highest common factor. So that's simply how we can find the highest common factor for these two numbers. Now sometimes you could be having the prime factors being so many that it wouldn't be reasonable for you to be writing them 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 20 times, for example. Right, so the other way we could solve this, we could write our prime factors as powers. So 2 squared times 3 times 5 would be 60, and 450 would be 2 times 3 squared times 5 squared. Right, and when we're now going on to the highest common factor, what we then do is we look for the common numbers. Like the 2's, we have the 2's, but we take where we have the lowest power. So you can see here that 2 has a power 1, so we take 2 to the power 1. We go on to the 3's, which are also common, and we see that we've got 3 to the power of 1, and 3 to the power 2. So we take the lower power, 3 to the power 1. We also go on to the 5s. We've got 5 and to the power 1 and 5 to the power of 2. We take 5 to the power 1, which is the lower power, so that's 5 to the power 1. So we'll be going only for the common, so our answer comes out as 30. We're only going for the common, and we take where we have the lowest power. That is if you have your factors in powers like that. So here is the thing to note: you take the common factors only, and you take where there is the lowest power. So that's the secret for you to be getting the highest common factor.